Alex Jones, should he be able to testify?
Yeah, great. Seriously, do I have a First Amendment? Because you talk about authoritarian regimes. They're lying about me and then trying to deplatform me. 26 companies working in concert, violating the Sherman Antitrust Act. And now Senator Warner and Senator Wyden have said, quote, there's thousands of sites worse than Alex Jones. So we're becoming like Cuba, we're becoming like Vietnam, we're becoming like China. So regardless of what people think about me or the straw men, should I have a First Amendment, or should these companies be able to violate the whole Safe Harbor Act and all that and then ban conservatives en masse?
Yeah, I don't know anything about your site.
No, but about the First Amendment.
Yeah, I support the First Amendment. I just ask questions about it.
I know you were the only one that brought up China. Are you aware of the deplatforming going on?
In China?
No, here. Big tech companies are purging conservatives. They're shadow banning people en masse.
Yeah, well, my broader concern is that what we are trying to do in terms of preventing foreign interference in our elections, that technology could be used by authoritarian governments to argue, we want you to do the same thing against people that are in our country operating. For example, for them, misinformation would be something like the truth. For them, sowing instability would be supporting democracy and free
But the
speech.
Democrats are doing what you said China does.
That you got from Sheryl Sandberg and Jack Dorsey on that question.
I think Facebook now I think it's important for them not to comply with any efforts to sort of go after freedom.
But what about the Democrats purging conservatives?
She's
not answering. Just the Republicans are acting like it isn't happening. Thank God Trump is.
Well, but
it's weird to me.
Oh yeah, it's really weird. There's no purge of conservatives. There's no shadow banning of members of Congress.
Bias in social media?
Yeah, who's this guy? We deplatformed him.
Are you concerned about bias in social media?
Well, so I think the bigger bias is against freedom of expression. Everybody should be. There's a look.
It's happening here.
Going
it's
after,
happening here, but you say I don't exist.
Is that a heckler at a press? Gaggle.
Look at this guy. He's saying that I don't exist, and they're deplatforming me.
I just don't know who you are, man.
And
I don't read your website.
Sure, and they demonize me in these very hearings, and then he plays dumb.
Here's the question.
Infowars.com, you know what it is.
Does Google, does Facebook, does
That's why you didn't get elected.
Do they need to be regulated like do they need to be regulated?
Marco Rubio the snake. Little frat boy here.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, who are you, man?
Yeah, sure.
This guy? I swear to God.
Yeah, you better hope you're going to deplatforming. Tens of millions of views.
Infowars.
Better than Rush Limbaugh. He knows who Infowars is. Playing this joke over here. That's why, and the deplatforming didn't work.
But here's the question. Here's a question.
Don't touch me again, man. I'm asking you not to touch me.
Well, sure, I'll just patted you nicely.
I know, but I don't want to be. I don't know.
You want me to get arrested?
I don't know who you are.
It's not just going to take my First Amendment.
Man.
It's not just enough to take my First Amendment. Oh, he'll beat me up.
I didn't say that.
You didn't know who I am, but he's so mad. You're not going to silence me. You're not going to silence America.
But there are people.
You are literally like a little gangster thug.
There are people in this country.
Rubio just threatened to physically take care of me.
There are people who feel that they're being
we already got rid of our First Amendment.
Silenced. They feel like
he tells you China's the problem, which it is, but they're taking our free speech right now.
Social media platforms, Facebook,
there goes Rubio.
Twitter. Do you believe that these platforms need to be regulated like a public utility, and how do you go about doing that?
Well, I prefer not to. I prefer competition take care of that. But obviously, we're going to watch closely to make sure that these tools that are being used. I mean, one thing is to say we're going to go after foreign interference designed to sow instability.
But it's already going on here.
Another thing is to
the
say
Democrats
we're going to go after
the Republicans.
Speech. Because at some point, someone
the
has to make a
Democrats
determination. What's the difference between misinformation from abroad and differences of opinion within the United States?
And that's happening
here.
here.
It's a very fine line, and that's something we need to be careful about. We don't overreach in that direction.
But then he doesn't know about Infowars being banned. He doesn't know about the top news story in the country.
About how they, not just how they apply that within the United States,
Infowars.
But they don't become agents of authoritarian regimes abroad to crack down on free speech. Because
I wonder why Rubio got so mad at me.
There's a balance between what is free speech and what people disagree on.
Poor Rubio.
I'm sorry, we got to go.
Yeah, man, I got to go to the committee.
Exactly.
You guys can talk to this clown.
Oh, yeah. Look at this little frat boy. So cool. Go back to your bathhouse. Compromise at the bathhouses. There goes Rubio, little punk. Anyways, you got to love people that come from authoritarian regimes, and then they don't even
But actually,
appreciate America.
so freedom of speech. What do you make of the